Oh, hey, welcome to the Jenspiration Conversation. My name is Jennifer, and if this is the first, second, third, or 10th time that you have landed here on my channel, I very much appreciate you being here. Thank you for clicking on the video and setting foot into my little corner of YouTube. I very much appreciate it. I created this channel just to kind of talk with a collective that are drawn here about spiritual topics, and street spirituality has sort of become the brand. So if that sounds like you, then settle in and hang out and let's have another Jenspiration conversation, shall we? It is a beautiful morning here in Atlantic Canada. It's not quite 10 a.m. and I wanted to take advantage of the morning sun. I usually film later in the day, so the sun has moved, so I wanted to take advantage of the morning sun. We've landed into beautiful Gemini season, so happy birthday to the Geminis out there. What a special time. I love Gemini season. I have a lot of Geminis in my life, and you all mean so much to me, so happy birthday, Geminis. Today's video, not going to be a long one, just going to be a topic that was inspired by a coaching session that I had a couple of weeks ago. So for those of you new here, I do offer spiritual guidance and mentorship business with my through an online business, also called the Jenspiration Conversation. And I had a client, a younger client, and I have her permission. I'm not using her name, but I asked her if I could use her scenario in a video, and she was like, yeah, of course. She was spending a lot of energy on comparing herself to her older siblings. She was caught in the I need to be like them to achieve like they have. There is a 10-year age gap between her and her next sibling. So she found herself, she's very early 20s, she found herself comparing to a sibling who was in their very early 30s. And she was trying to emulate what that sibling had done for success. And through our sessions together, we uncovered that she was just kind of lost and bumping around trying to find her way. But she thought that because that formula had worked for her sibling, that the exact same thing would work for her. And so today's topic is around comparison is the thief of joy. She found herself trying to take the same courses in college and do the same things that the sibling had done, but none of it was making her happy because essentially she was chasing someone else's journey. She was chasing someone else's path instead of leaning into her own. And during one of our conversations together, she kept saying the phrase to me, I just look up to my sibling. I look up to them. I look up to them for this. I look up to them for that. And I paused because I wanted her to be mindful of that phrase. The phrase, look up to someone. When we admire someone, whether it's someone famous, someone in our life, a teacher, a coach, whoever, when you start using the phrase, I look up to that person, it means that that person is higher than you. If you're looking up to someone, you're looking up at someone who's higher than you. And whether you're consciously or subconsciously doing it, what you're programming yourself to believe is that that person is higher than you. They've achieved more than you. They're better than you. They're more successful. They're more rich. They're happier, whatever the case is, because you are saying the words, and I've done a video on this, words, whether spoken or unspoken, carry a frequency, right? So when you say something, there's an energetic frequency attached to that. So she was saying in the session, but also to herself, I look up to this sibling. And by doing so, she put herself down here. And I told her, I said, maybe just a small phrase to reprogram that belief that you have is, how about you say, I look to that person? Because you're 1000% allowed to have mentors and people you look to, but by changing one word, instead of saying look up, if you say I look to that person, then you are not creating this imbalance. Then you're not comparing yourself to that person that you have put up here. You are looking to that person. So I asked her to practice just telling herself, I look to that person. And to go back to what I was originally saying around her comparison, I also cautioned her. I just said, how about choosing the things that you look to that sibling for? Like, what aspects of their life do you look to? Instead of comparing, this sibling has a house and a partner and a six-figure job. Instead of comparing yourself, what aspects of your sibling's life do you admire and maybe aspire to, but you don't have to mimic? It doesn't have to look exactly the same. And that will eliminate all of this comparison, because comparison is the thief of joy. When you compare your life to anyone else's, you are robbing yourself of your own joy, because that person is out there living their life, doing their thing, achieving their journey on their path, on their timeline, all of the things happening to other people. That is their timeline, their path, their journey. It's not yours. You can absolutely look to them for inspiration, admiration, for motivation, but don't compare and say, well, this person that I admire achieved XYZ by 25. Well, I'm 27 and I haven't achieved even one of those things. Boom. You are blocking yourself from your own joy and your own path, because maybe you started out on your path and then this person that you admire came into your life and you started to veer yourself and mimic and copy and want to be like this person, that you've gotten so far off your path, you're over here basically trying to mimic or emulate someone else's life. Instead, Spirit's going to try to bring you back to what your path is, where your joy is, where your motivation is, where your passions are, where what makes you, right? So that's essentially the video. I wanted to just share with you that sometimes we can get really caught up in looking at other people's lives and completely diminish our own journeys or rob ourselves of the joy of finding your own path, the joy of making mistakes, the joy of creating that thing that you want to create. What the person you admire has done is theirs. Why would you want something that's theirs? Don't you want something that's yours? Let's say you want to, be an investment banker, and you really, really admire this investment banker who's done all these things and achieved all. Great. You can still be an investment banker, but you don't have to do it exactly like the person you admire. In fact, you're not supposed to. We're not meant to follow people blindly And although that's a whole other video I'm going to have to do. But Spirit and the universe absolutely put people in your path for you to admire and appreciate, but they don't want you to copy and emulate their life. They want you to look to this person like, yeah, that's wonderful. Look what they achieved. That's fantastic. I will be able to achieve my own things on my own time, at my own pace. And you're going to have things in your life that are different from your mentor or your guide or whoever that you look to. Okay, so that's the video. I wanted to make sure that I put something out here for the collective in case you find yourself, it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, this client was in her early 20s, but I want the collective to know that you are not early, you're not late, you're not behind. You are right on time for your own life. And what is happening around you is happening around you, okay? Maybe your friends are getting married and having babies. Maybe you've got friends that are on their second or third divorce. Maybe you've got friends who have opened 3 or 4 businesses. And maybe you've got a friend over here whose music career is just getting off the ground and you're sitting there going like, oh, I haven't done any of those things. Cool. Okay. You've done some things. There's no way you haven't done some things. Appreciate your own journey. Find the joy in where you are. Find the joy in today. Find the joy in what you're achieving today. Find the joy in your own passion. What everyone else is doing, support, clap for them, look to them, but don't try to copy them. That's going to rob you of all of the joy that's in here, all of the joy that your soul and your journey is going to present to you. You're robbing yourself of that because you're comparing yourself to someone else's journey. Once you stop the comparison and you take that person off of a pedestal and you look to them, watch what happens. Your creative juices will start flowing again because you've spent so much time copying someone else's path. All of the stuff that makes you you, all of the uniqueness and the projects and the passions that want to come out of you, they're just sitting dormant in your soul because you're trying to copy someone else. The minute you stop copying, those niggling feelings are going to make themselves known to you. They're going to present themselves to you and you're going to go, I'm going to do that. I'm going to create that. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to apply for that job. I'm going to move to that city because you've taken yourself off of the comparison journey and put yourself on the joy journey, your own journey. So that is the message for today. Please try to not copy. Please try to sit in your own joy and your own passions and 1000% continue to admire the people in your life, continue to appreciate them, but remember to change the wording. Look to those people, not up at those people. So, thank you, my friends, for being here and sitting with me and having a Jenspiration conversation. I always appreciate your time and your energy and your reciprocity. If there is a topic that you would like me to cover, if you scroll back through my videos and you're like, she doesn't have something on this, write it in the comment section and I'll see if it's something that I can film for you. You can tell it's morning. I still have a frog in my throat. A little bit of a blocked throat chakra there. That's interesting. Anyway, sidebar. Thank you very much for being here and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye-bye.